Chris, there was that hearing over the gag order this morning. The judge has not ruled yet on whether he has violated the gag order at this point in time. But for reference point for everybody, too, the gentleman on his right was Todd Blanche. Throughout the day, we have referenced Todd Blanche. He's his lead attorney, who's been doing most of the talking on behalf of the defense team. But the headlines that I think are so key, and what Donald Trump did not respond to right there, is the testimony that came from David Pecker, his friend of several decades. He did not explicitly refute there, from what we listened to, any of the testimony that came from David Pecker here today. And of course, he would have the opportunity to do that not only in the public setting, but also in the courtroom if he chose to testify himself in his defense. And Donald Trump here heard the words of David Pecker today testify, number one, that Donald Trump sat in a meeting in August 2015 with him at Trump Tower and told him that he was pleased about this scheme to catch and kill stories, salacious stories, and plant negative stories about rival candidates. We also had David Pecker testifying Donald Trump today, in front of Donald Trump today, that Trump picked up the phone to call him about the Karen McDougal story. Karen McDougal alleged a 10-month affair with him, and what you get from David Pecker's testimony in the middle of this Karen McDougal story here is the extent to which Pecker was intimately involved with not only Trump, but also Michael Cohen, saying and testifying today that he would have multiple conversations with him a week. Sometimes when things were intense, like around the Karen McDougal story, daily. And I want to let everybody look at a part of the exchange that our team inside was able to transcribe, where David Pecker talked about encrypted messages that were sent back and forth between him and Michael Cohen, which would suggest that perhaps not all the evidence that could be out there will ever make its way into the courtroom because it was encrypted. If you take a look, David Pecker says that Michael Cohen said we should not speak over landline. We should use Signal. Quote, I didn't even know what Signal was. Never heard of it before. David Pecker continued that it was an encrypted app, he was told by Michael Cohen. There is no way to trace or paper trail, and the conversation is destroyed after the call, to which Pecker says that he told Cohen, I still to this day don't know if that's true or not. This hits at the heart of the prosecution's effort to not only provide corroborating evidence to Michael Cohen's expected testimony, but also those who were in the room with Donald Trump or on the other line of the phone with Donald Trump explicitly about the plan that led to that reimbursement of Michael Cohen for the Stormy Daniels payment, that this was a barter scheme. And that's today what David Pecker's testimony started to do around the Dino, the Trump Tower doorman story, and now the Karen McDougal story. Of course, we could anticipate that the Stormy Daniels story would be next to come on Thursday, Chris.